Hey guys, welcome back to another Flesh and Blood video. This video is proudly brought to you by the House of Cards, the official sponsor of my stream. Be sure to check out the link in the description below for all of your Flesh and Blood needs. In today's video, we have Lexi versus Briar. Now, Briar started to pick up a little bit in the metagame. If you've been watching some recent events, then you'll really pick up that Briar's top 8'd a couple of things, and that Briar appears to be having kind of a turnaround. It's kind of surprising to me that Briar's having a turnaround with Icelander in the metagame, because Icelander has normally been Briar's kryptonite. So I'm excited to see how Briar does at Nationals, and this was a good close game that I feel like kind of like really highlights the matchup, and will show you guys some key points of both the Lexi side and the Briar side of the matchup. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so Command and Conquer looks to be a pretty good fit here. Rabble for 2. I'm going to block with the Winner's Bite here. Just take the free damage that they gave me. Three no-go again, so block 3, pitch Command and Conquer to load Hamstring Shot. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Like, there's never a world where I'm going to block 6 there, so. I was like, they're more than likely going to pass here, even though they still technically have their action point. Yeah, if they want to waste their cash in on turn 0, I'm okay with that. Like, honestly, even if they, like, put me to 30 here, I still have a good setup for my next turn. I was like, and best case scenario for me is that they just come in with, oh, they're going to play Anthem. Surprised they didn't. I mean, so I'm going to start my first turn at 32. And they have an Embodiment of Lightning, no Arsenal. So let's go again, pitching the Rain Razors here, and then we'll pitch the Remorseless to throw the Hamstring Shot here. Pitch the Remorseless to throw the Hamstring Shot. They'll probably give us a non-attack action here. Maybe they have a Sink Below. Or, okay, they have a Sigil of Suffering. I'm kind of incentivized to pay 1 here, honestly. And just take a 5-card hand so that they still have to pay 1 more for their next attack. Having an Ice Quake is pretty good here. Block Command and Conquer. Or block Command and Conquer, go Remorseless and Falcon Wing. Or if I'm able to keep my entire hand here, I can actually just go Ice Quake, Falcon Wing, Remorseless. Yellow Earthlore Surge, that's interesting. So this is for 8. So I can take 8 and go to 24. And then I can go Ice Quake. Have 2 floating, activate Voltaire for Falcon Wing with Go Again. So it'd be 7 Go Again, still have 1 floating, and then throw the Command and Conquer. Now the Command and Conquer is just going to be 6 on hit Frostbite. Maybe I'm better off just to block 3 and then go 4 and 6. That's a 13-point turn versus a 13-point turn. So it's really depending on... I'm not stopping them from getting an embodiment here, so... I'm just going to take 8 and go to 24. I think that's our best line. I mean, and again, like, if they're using Ether Ironweave to come in with Rosetta Thorn, in my opinion, like, that's a win. That's a total win, in my opinion. They blocked with Ether Ironweave and then just did that, so Falcon Wing +1, Ice Quake. Falcon Wing for 7. On hit, you get a Frostbite, which is pretty relevant. Blocking with CMH, okay. Are they just taking 3 and getting a Frostbite? They have a Sigil of Suffering. I'm actually not going to pay here because I need to be able to throw another card. And that's fine. Like, if they're going to use the Sigil to cover that up, that's fine with me. So we're going to load Remorseless for +1, and then I'm going to throw this for 6. On hit, you get a Frostbite. They block 3, you take 3. Embodiment of Earth pops. They're just going to pass their turn. Just going to go Bolt and Shot for +1 here. They don't know that our reload is irrelevant here. Could be a very relevant card. Could be a very relevant thing that we're looking for. Give me a 3 blocking Grasp. Yep, makes sense. And then let's go Searing Shot for +1. So they take 6 and go to 25 here. They've had a lot more pressure than me early on in this game so far. If I can deny them an embodiment this turn, I would like to. Block Endless Arrow, Bolt and Shot. And then we'll play our 3 of a kind here. Try to still have a relevant turn. Draw absolute garbage. Let's fuse with Winter's Bite. This is, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, this is not a great hit for us by any means, but it's also not bad. I could activate Quiver here and go for another arrow past the Frostlock here. Like, we have a couple of options. This does make them think a little bit here, because if they have cards that they want to play, they have to decide, are they willing to block 6? Let's see what we hit. It's an Arctic Incarceration. So we'll just let them take 4 here. Let's go Codex, Searing Shot, then Winter's Bite. And this hand is very mediocre. Mediocre? I mean, I can block 9, play Arctic, and then, like, hang on for a better turn here if I want. What is happening? So, I mean, this is just CNC here, more than likely. This feels like a great turn to block 6. Play Arctic and then Arsenal our Bolt and Shot here. and then hope this is enough to give us a decent turn. So this hand is tough. I'm gonna say no blocks here and take 4, like go to 11. I hate to give them an embodiment, but I think I have to. That's exactly what I was trying to play around here. Bolt and Shot's really good, so I'm gonna block with yellow Bolt and Shot. Hopefully put him to 20. All right, we whiffed. Man, that's not good. Hornet Sting being a 2-point attack is like very important. All right, so they have no arsenal. I wish we had Codex to punish them here, but we do have a pretty sweet turn. We've used our equipment pretty efficiently so far this turn, or this game, in my opinion. So let's just let this be for 6. I'm gonna pass on reloading anything here. There's no reason for me to reload. The only reason that we would even consider reloading here would be to play around the last Sigil of Suffering here. There's only one more in their deck, and playing around that would be our reason for doing that. And then we're going to load Infecting Shot with +1, and then this will be for 8. Now, they might be able to block this with 2 cards if they have 2 3-block non-attack actions in their hand. Embodiment will allow them to block this. Go to 5. So they did have the last Sigil of Suffering in their hand, so I was playing around that correctly. So playing reloading there would have been worth. Although we did take a counter off of the grasp, and they no longer have equipment block left. So if we give Endless Arrow Falcon Wing, we can just play our 3 of a kind and try to get in there. Remorseless for +1, Arsenal Icequake. Actually, let's activate Quiver first. Okay. If that's how my opponent wants to play this, then that's fine with me. So I'm going to name this for Go Again, making them think about it. I don't really understand why they declined Go Again, like why they declined me to undo it. Like no more information. Like there hasn't been more information that's passed through the game state here to give the idea that I have an advantage by doing that. To activate Quiver, we had a Winter's Bite, and we'll go Searing Shot, then Winter's Bite, Arsenal this. So we're going to see what they do here, but more than likely our turn's going to be Lexi, Flip Icequake, Bolt and Shot, Endless Arrow. I want to block this. Like, I could give... If I give Bolt and Shot Icequake, I can save my trench for another turn. Like, I can't give up one of my equipment pieces without kind of like hamstringing myself a little bit here. Would be putting myself in an awkward position a little bit. Not a ton, but just enough for it to be awkward for me. So let's go Ice Quake. Endless Arrow for 7. This demands to be blocked, or I'm just going to shoot it again for 5 with on hit another Frostbite. So, I mean, that's great. I was like, you have to give me your entire hand. I was like, there's no way you're not going to give me your entire hand if you're going to give me 3 cards. I can go Searing Shot into Drill Shot. Or I can go Heat Seeker for +1. So if I go Heat Seeker +1, Arsenal my Searing Shot with whatever they have. I'm setting myself up for a bigger hand. I think I'm just going to go Drill Shot into Searing Shot. And then plan on blocking with my New Horizon. Try to keep my trench around as long as I can. If I block with the New Horizon, I can still Arsenal a card and be okay. It doesn't matter. And still be okay. With arsenaling a card if I need to, because Trench will bail me out. Trench will allow me to arsenal a card and stay put. Okay, so they're going to block 6. Keep 2 cards in an arsenal here. Okay. What do you choose? Draw a card here? And then just plan on snapping? So this is for 6. So I can go Drill Shot, block Drill Shot, block New Horizon, and Trench here. Infecting Shot for +1, Arsenal the Winner's Bite. That feels like the play. I was like, I'm hoping this isn't a snatch. I was like, best case scenario for me, they drew a blue. So I'm going to take 5 here and join my opponent at 5. I'm going to go to 5 with my opponent here. And then I'm going to throw Infecting Shot for 6, Arsenal Winner's Bite, and try to go for a kill next turn. I could take a card out of their hand this turn and then throw the Infecting Shot, but I don't think that's worth. Man, all those 2 blocks are murdering my opponent right now. Like, 2 blocks are just lining up for me. So I can't go to 1 here. That's just not wise. But I can give them Codex and Drill Shot. Actually, am I just giving them Drill Shot? As weird as that is. No, if I'm going to do anything, I'm just going to give them Codex here. So I'd take 2, go to 3, and then my hand would be Frostbite. It'd be Frostbite, take a card from your hand, Drill Shot for 4, Codex. Let's just block 5. I think that's just better. I think that's it's a more stable play. It's been a really close game. I think I've enjoyed this game so far for my opponent. Like, this has been a really solid game so far. I would be lying if I said I still wasn't a little perplexed by my opponent's decision to not let me take back my play. But, I mean, it is what it is. Load nothing, play Codex. I've pitched my Command and Conquer so far, so I don't have a Command and Conquer to go get. Hamstring Shot's not bad if they have to keep a red. Maybe they have to give me multiple cards here. Remorseless is not bad. I guess let's just take the Infecting Shot. That seems to be the most reasonable thing, because if they have 2/2 blocks left in their hand, like if their hand is all 2 blocks from here, if they have 3 2 blocks in their hand, then they're going to get a Snatch here. Like, that's the most rational thing for them to get. I mean, maybe they get a Command and Conquer, but it seems silly at this point in the game. They get a Snatch, which is a 0 for 3. And then if my hand lines up, I'm able to play 2 arrows and, like, really take tempo next turn. Like, we're not at a point in the game where, like, they have to block, but we're getting really close to where they have to block every turn. My opponent takes a Command and Conquer and discards a Bramble Spark. I was like, I'm assuming they kept the 3 block. Like, there's no way that they pitched their Force of Nature as their only 3 block. Oh, that's cool. It actually buffs that up. That's pretty neat. Ponder, and then I'm not going to Arsenal. They can't throw their Command and Conquer. I guess they weren't going to be able to throw their Snatch either, so it doesn't really change anything. They're just forced to pass back to me. Bolt and Shot for +1. They block 7 right there. Loads Searing Shot with Go Again. It's for 6. If they block 3, they take 3, then they take 4, go to 1. So if they have a 3 block in their hand, they die, because off the +1, this is going to be for 7, so they take 5. So I need to just throw this for 5 here. Or I need to throw this for 7. And then if they have a 3 block, they're dead. Like, they'd have to have a defense reaction here, which I don't think they have. Lol. This was a super close game with a lot of back and forth, and honestly, my opponent started out on the front foot. They put us to 32 on turn 0. Now, that did come at the cost of them having no arsenal and me having a 5-card hand. The fact that I was able to put a card in arsenal, an arrow in arsenal, to be able to set up a 5-card hand on turn 2, on my first turn, was actually what put me to 32. But my opponent went an arsenal, and I don't know if that's correct. I'm not a huge Briar player. You'll notice that the really big swing turn was when I played Arctic Incarceration, and the only 2 actions they took were playing Lightning Surge and then coming in with Command and Conquer. Them attacking with the Command and Conquer allowed me to block with Perch Grappler's Hornet Sting and a card from hand, and then I had set up a Rain Razor's 3-arrow hand off 2 cards in my arsenal, and that really allowed me to, like, take tempo and put myself in the driver's seat. And then from there, I just need to make sure that I don't brick and I can keep the pressure on. You really don't want to be in a spot where you have to start pitching your cards to prevent AB against Briar. That's when you're really going to lose the game, and that's when they've got you. That's when they're ahead and you're losing the game. If you guys missed anything or think of anything I could have done differently, please hit me up in the comments below. I'd love to hear different opinions. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Take it easy. I'll see you guys next time.